Mr. Toastmaster, ladies and gentlemen, tonight I would like to speak about Filipino functions. Christenings, weddings, funerals, they all follow a unique formula and take some getting used to, which is why, with your permission, and even without your permission, I would like to take you through this journey as your guide. First is the invitation. Don't bother with one. Simply tell people that you're inviting them to your son's 18th or your daughter's engagement, and here's the key. Here's the key. Tell them it's just for a few people, not to tell everyone else. Guaranteed, everyone they can get to will know about your secret party within a week, if not sooner. Which leads me to rule number 2. If you must bother with invitations, save yourself some money. Omit the letters RSVP. Most of them will take it as a typo, the rest will think it's the initials of the bride and groom. Third rule, the parish priest must be invited. Filipinos believe that if the parish priest is present, the function will be safe and successful, because how can anything possibly go wrong whilst the parish priest is there? Also, someone has to bless the food, which brings me to the food. There will be plenty of this, and every taste will just about be catered for. Everything that can be cooked and served will be cooked and served, and with every condiment known to man. Even people on weight loss programs are included. For instance, you can have all the vegetables you want, because these tend to get ignored. In some functions, even the centerpiece is edible and low fat. The parish priest leads everybody in saying thanks for the blessings and then quickly gets out of the way of the guests. Also, because RSVP is optional at these functions, they tend to be over-catered by up to 50% of invitees. Also, a very important event at Filipino functions is catered for: the takeaway. Takeaway takes place throughout the function, sometimes even before the food is brought out, which is why alfoil takeaway containers and sandwich bags form a very important part of the budget of any Filipino function. Once the food is consumed, the usual party activities commence. These include dancing to favorites like Achy Breaky Heart, karaoke, mahjong, playing cards, presentations for stuff like Amway, or family funeral plans, and of course gossip. Sounds like mayhem, and it can be, but there are rules governing even this witch's cauldron. Only the priest can sing the Frank Sinatra favorite, My Way, at karaoke without fear of being shot. The hostess's presentation must always go first, be it Amway, party lights, or anything like that. Gossip must be restricted to people who could not come to the function. Eventually, a master of ceremonies, usually a relative of the hosts, announces the start of formalities. These usually consist of speeches appropriate to the occasion. This is the first danger point of any Filipino function. Filipinos have a tendency to get inspired once they have a microphone in their hands. And what began as a eulogy for the dearly departed, a welcome to the debutante, or a tribute of the beautiful bride can easily turn into a speech about the speaker's current grievance. Say how he got cheated by the fellow who sold him the funeral plan at the last function. This does not always happen, but when it does, it can provoke response from the other guests. Say the guy who sold him the land. Sometimes the speaker forgets what function they're at and do really silly things, like thanking the deceased for a most wonderful time. The second danger point occurs about the time when you decide to call it a day and begin your goodbyes. You begin with the host, of course, and make your way through the gauntlet of family, friends, and acquaintances. Each one of them will, of course, express dismay that you already have to leave, and then grab your arm in an iron grip, cutting off all hope of escape. My personal record for leaving these functions is 35 minutes, but I cheated. I began my goodbyes when I arrived. I have known people to take literally hours saying goodbye until they finally wind up staying. Ladies and gentlemen, I did not give this speech to put you off Filipino functions or even Filipinos. All I'm trying to do, countless thousands of them are amongst my very best friends, while I am one myself. All I'm trying to do is to prepare you for a unique experience where people, food, and fun will be in big abundance and will be thrust upon you in homage of hospitality. Empty hearts and stomachs will be filled. That is our motto. And not a few choice pieces of gossip and containers of takeaway food to speed you on your way home. One last warning. Now that you have left the function, you are officially a topic for gossip. Thank you very much. How many minutes?
That was 450.
Oh, I rushed.
Okay.
I rushed.
Okay,
Eh?
so why don't we
that
take...
was too fast, eh?
Well, yes, and you know
And
that. You know that,
I
right?
knew that, and the reason is because they really, they on the first speech, I must admit that that night I took my time and I got the red.
Ah, okay. Well,
I know why, and I know why because I was still fumbling through my lines a bit,
all right. Well, why don't we rehearse it